Alex, we're here at the Sun Valley Film Festival, and you have the honor of one of your documentary films, The Territory, being showed here this weekend. For those who are unfamiliar, though, give us kind of a quick cliff notes on exactly what this film is all about.
The Territory is a feature documentary film following the fight for the future of the Amazon rainforest. So looking at a group of farmers and settlers that are trying to overtake the protected rainforest, and a group of environmentalists and indigenous people that are working to defend it.
Okay, and where did the inspiration, though, for the story come from? You know, that's a very large story.
Yeah, it's it's a global story. I think it affects all of us. You know, what happens to the Amazon rainforest will affect everybody through climate change. But I originally found my way into it through Nadinia, one of our protagonists in the film, whose work I just found really inspiring. She's kind of the godmother of environmental protection in the Amazon, and given the way that the political situation in Brazil was shifting with the presidential election in 2018 that Jair Bolsonaro won, thought, this is going to become a really difficult time for her. And began a conversation, and one foot in front of the other.
And out of that, though, you had such an incredible opportunity to not only tell the story of the Amazon rainforest, but the people that call it home, the indigenous peoples, which also played a huge role, not only obviously in the story itself, but how this film was made. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I'm a white American. I am not indigenous, have no experience living through that. And at the same time, we were telling this story about environmental protection, and it became really obvious that indigenous people were at the forefront of this protection and needed to be part of the story. And so we thought really critically about how to include that perspective in the story in an authentic way, given the team and our makeup. And in the end, we ended up co-producing the film with the Uruguay indigenous community. And so worked with them to develop skills, filming and shooting and producing movies.
So they actually shot some of this?
Yeah. If you watch the film, my co-cinematographer is Tangai Uruguay. With producers on the film, and it was a really collaborative effort the whole way through.
Collaboration, and also really coming from that angle of truth, right? There's no one else who could tell that story probably better than those who are actually living it.
Absolutely,
yeah.
And when you see the footage that this community's captured, it's footage I never could have captured myself. It's a first-hand perspective of this conflict, and there's a raw urgency in that I, as an outsider, would never be privy to. Their story has been perverted and stereotyped and stigmatized in so many different ways by outsiders, and so we felt a real responsibility to do this in a way that we were accountable to the community, and that they had ownership over this.
Yeah, and National Geographic, obviously known as the world leader in documentaries, right? Some of the absolute best work you see comes from National Geographic. And you're showcasing here at the Sun Valley Film Festival. Why is it important to have support like this here at festivals like the Sun Valley Film Festival?
We are so lucky to be working with National Geographic. This is a story that's emblematic of what's happening across the Amazon, but really it's a story about a group of 183 people, a really small community, and to have a distributor like Nat Geo that can blow this up and get it out all over the world and raise the alarm on our climate crisis, couldn't think of a better partner. And then to bring this to Sun Valley in the American West, I think is a really wonderful opportunity, and especially with all these festivals being virtual, just being here in person with you.
Yes.
So great.
Yes, it is. It's so nice to return, speaking of storytelling, right?
Yes.
And empathetic and having that human connection. Now we can actually have that human connection again in person.
Absolutely.
Which speaks volumes in itself, right?
Yeah. For me, the theater's like church.
Yes.
You sit there, you commune with these people, you feel something together, you talk about it afterwards, and there's nothing better.
It's all about connection.
Yeah.